welcome back, folks, to UKSG Spring for this very last run of today. We will end this day and start the night with a nice little horror game called Resident Evil 4 run by Deanoweb. So take it away, my man.
Yeah, guys. So my name is Deanoweb, and my commentator will be Joe. You want to say hello, Joe?
Hi, my name is JoeCon27. You can refer to me as Joe.
Yeah. So as this says, it's basically New Game Pro, and seeing as it is 10 to 12 my time, may as well get started here. And basically, as we, I will say time as we click a costume in the run. It's like an auto splitter, and it does it as Leon appears. But we'll basically just start time as I click the costume. So I'll do a countdown. So 3, 2, 1, and we'll go. There we go. So it's basically just the intro part when you first meet the first Ganado here. It's basically just run around, don't you? So you just shoot him 4 times, miss a shot, it's fine. You want to reload here, because if you saw, it reload cancels, so the cutscenes sometimes stop reloads, and it's quite helpful for situations like that.
Yeah, because in this game, if you press the reload button, your ammunition will refill instantly, and you don't have to actually watch the full reload animation.
Yeah. And then here, we switch to the hand grenade, because you run faster. With only nothing, well, technically nothing equipped, but you're still running without a weapon, technically.
I believe you run about like 4% faster if you are in this running animation, where your hands are to the side.
Yeah. Same with like the RPG on your back. And then like...
Yeah, so you'll be seeing Dean like switch to a hand grenade or a rocket launcher a lot just to run faster.
Definitely. So what we do here is you actually look into the binoculars and it actually teleports you a little bit forward, and then you can skip this part. That part. That's quite bad actually what I've done there. You know, we're just gonna quickly... I've butchered that, but you know what it'll do. Just dodge the damage there. So after kill that one villager, just basically trigger the number count as one of the people you do need to kill. Let me see. So throw the grenade out the window. There you go.
For this village fight, the condition to end the scene is either you can wait for a certain amount of time or get 16 kills, I believe. So Dean here is gonna use 2 very precisely thrown grenades to just end the section, and the second grenade here should end the fight.
Good. I didn't want to have to. If I missed the grenade, I was just gonna restart checkpoint and do it again. But I managed. Also, I didn't take any damage, which is very helpful. So yeah, basically that part is very precise, as Joe said. So we take this pendant here just to get money, because we need to build up our money. As you know, the merchants in the game need to... a lot of money is basically used to buy rocket launchers to skip most of the bosses. Right, do I go for tree skip here or not?
Well, you can try.
I don't think I'm going to risk it, to be honest.
So here's our first QTE scene of the game, where the villagers push a boulder on you and you have to mash your key to run. And there will be a dodge prompt at the end of the QTE section. Oh, you didn't go for it. Okay.
Yeah.
So basically, if you hit the QTE dodge at the very last moment, you can basically dodge past a tree, which is like in front of you. It saves like a second, so that you don't have to go around a tree. But if you mess up, you die.
Yeah, and it's again time loss. A lot of time loss, or you know, basically you restart, don't you? If you're in a run, you just restart from that point. So I decided not to risk it, because again, in a marathon it's only like a second, but in the speed run you want to save as much time as possible. So if you're wondering how I need to pick up this rifle ammo, I ran past it. Also, you don't want to save. If you're wondering why, and also how I know what the QTE prompt's going to be, because it's either on the Xbox controller X and A or LTRT. On 60 FPS, which is the version we're playing, if you just mash both of them together, so if you spam X and A and LTRT together, it just skips it. So that's how it doesn't really matter what combination comes up. You can just always skip the QTE prompts.
Yeah, for the QTEs in this game, it only registers the correct input and it will ignore the incorrect input. So you can just spam all 4 QTE buttons and you'll get it every time.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a bit unfortunate.
Yeah, so basically there's only meant to be one guy on the bridge, and you can run past him on the right, and you can not take any damage. But there I had to shoot them, because again, I don't want to take any damage as possible. Let me see, just run around this guy. That's
The
perfect.
second guy shouldn't be there.
Yeah.
But yeah, sometimes he can just be there.
Now, I mean, I've had it when I've like dropped down straight away and there's a guy right below me and he grabs you straight away, you know. It's just, I don't know if it's a certain pattern you do or bad movement or if it's just RNG, but...
Oh, that has definitely happened to me.
Yeah.
Except the guy swing at me. He didn't grab me, he just swing.
So this part here is also AI manipulation. I took a certain curve so that Granado pointed at me so that none of the enemies aggroed. And then here is iframes. I hopped over the sandbags to dodge the dynamite, and also dodge the attack from the first Granado with the pitchfork. So we got past him with the damage.
You get a lot of iframes in this game. Pretty much everything you do, like jumping over stuff, kicking doors open. So we'll be abusing that a lot.
Yeah, don't see as much in village, but in castle and island you definitely do. Trying to think if there's a lot of in village. Another puzzle. It's literally just left, and you know it's just 2 parts of the puzzle. It's not that hard. And yes, we're on to chapter 1-3. So basically, if you're wondering why I said island and castle, this game is split into 3 sections. You've got this part, which is of course village, and then you've got the next part, which would be castle, and then the final part of the game is island. So if you know the game, you'll know like each part. But if you don't, then you know we'll be here to show you. Well, it's fine actually. I didn't know if he'd stagger or not. So basically, if the first Granado there runs towards the middle of that area, it's kind of hard to dodge him, so it's safer just to shoot in the head. But if the Granado runs just the normal line, which is just a kind of on your right, I think, or on the left, you can either run to the left or to the right to dodge everybody and take no damage. But it all depends on the lady Granado with the pitchfork, depending on what way she runs around the Granado in front of her. So it's all reaction most of the time. So I decided to shoot him in the head. So the handgun ammo might be a tad low because I've been missing a couple shots and I have to shoot a lot of extra guys. But I'll make sure to pick up the handgun ammo. So this is the first merchant. We buy the RPG here, and that's that. So we sold the 3 items we've picked up, which give you 10,000 each, and then you sell them for 30,000. Then you buy the RPG for the one of the bosses. Then we take that hand grenade because we need it for a cabin, the cabin section, which we'll discuss when that pops up. So basically, we're just running around, picking up items, taking another. We'll take a flame grenade, which would be for Mendez, or Big Cheese is the nickname of him. He's again, I'll just explain the boss fight when it comes to it, but we pick up certain items or certain grenades for certain areas of the game. So everything's planned and like very precise on what like a certain amount of grenades you need, or how many hand grenades, how many flashbangs. So, and again, I've kind of low.
Yeah, and you'll see like Dean pick up items and arrange his inventory in a specific way so that he knows where all his items and weapons are, so that you don't have to spend an extra time in inventory.
Yeah, so hopefully I can keep the inventory good as it is right now. No doubt it'll probably get a bit messy, but it just helps for when you click on the inventory, it's like a little square, and it's like selecting items. It depends how like long the item is and how it works. So basically what you want is a running grenade. So eventually when I get rid of the fast, the first aid, if I take damage, you want the running grenade to the right. So actually all you do is press pause and then press right and then, you know, enter. And then you'll get your running grenade so you can run faster. So here we're just basically shooting these tripwires. Get the running grenade. Did I get that manipulation? Yeah, I did. So there's a way, if you saw me randomly run to the right a little bit to go over a little hill, you can get that first Granado to point at you, and basically it means he doesn't run towards you. You can just run in a straight line, and it's easier. And then there's another item here that we pick up. It's another 10,000. And then I switch to my running grenade, or a grenade in general. And then we're coming up to the first major boss of the game, which is Del Lago, which sadly we can't RPG. And of course, maybe I could have put incentive in here to shoot the water, just to if you guys don't know what happens when you shoot the water. But if you don't know, I won't spoil it. You can maybe do it yourself. That'd have been funny if I did that as an incentive. Right, so Del Lago, we have to use harpoons here.
Yeah, because you can't use normal weapons on the boat. So Del Lago's HP is actually according to the difficulty of the game, but since Dean is running on professional, which is the highest difficulty, it takes 12 harpoons to kill Del Lago.
We got bad RNG as well.
And on the other difficulty, there's actually a thing called DA, which I should explain. It stands for difficulty adjustment, where if you play at other difficulty, if that's not professional, basically the game changes the difficulty in a dynamic way, depending on how good or how bad you do at the game. But in professional, it gets locked to the highest amount, so it doesn't matter anyway. And for the Lago fight, there's actually 3 possible patterns, and Dean got the slowest one, unfortunately.
Yeah, and I'm also bottling the slowest one because I've missed 2 spears. I didn't throw any, so I technically should have been able to hit him here. So Loki might get another dive, which isn't that bad, but it's also a bit bad. Yeah, we're probably gonna get another dive.
Really close.
Yeah, I'm playing this super safe because I didn't get the RNG pattern I wanted at the start.
Yeah, this is a really
I got hit there. That's fine. I've got a fast. He'll die eventually. It's not a big deal.
So basically what Del Lago can do, like after he first turns around, he can either dive in or pop back up. If he dives in, then it's really slow because you have to wait for him to pop back up, and then you can hit him. But if he doesn't dive, then it's pretty much a smooth sail from there.
Yeah, so basically, if Del Lago can, you know, when the first part of the game, there we go, I only needed 1 spear, that's so annoying. So basically, when he dives and he doesn't do that cutscene, like animation thing, if you want to call it a cutscene, he can either pop up on the left or on the right, and if you move your boat and then straighten it up, you can actually throw another spear at him, which is how you do it quick, which I didn't do, because the first time he, like, dived and went to the right, but the camera didn't move, and I thought the camera did. So if the camera moves, he tends to mostly dive on the right, and then you've got to move your boat to the left. But most of the time, the pattern is he always comes up on your left, so you move the boat to the right, and then straighten it up, and then you can get an easy spear in. So I kind of bottled it, I guess. You know, I didn't move my boat to the left, which is fine. We took a bit of damage, lost a lot of time, but the only real issue is we don't actually have another healing item coming up until cabin. I don't think. There might be one somewhere, but I shouldn't take any damage until cabin. So here we basically need to... I didn't even shoot them. Wow, I completely forgot about that. So we need to shoot these things. I was busy talking, that's my bad. I'll just do them now. This is not the way you do this. You usually do it before you use the thing. And that's one here. I missed it. I'll just hop over. 1 second. There we go. So usually you do this from up top, the before you harpoon down. But did I go get the grenade? I think I did. Did I?
Wait, which,
yeah, I did.
which grenade?
The one at the barrel. I forgot to shoot these, but I did get the grenade, that's fine. Because the grenade's important for cabin.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just forgot to do the other part.
If you don't have enough grenade for cabin, you're gonna be a lot slower, and we'll explain once we get to that part.
Yeah. It's another sort of village section where you've got to kill a certain number of enemies.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's fine, I picked up. I can't believe I forgot to shoot those things. Like the boxes, that's really funny. Doesn't really matter though, it's just time loss, but it's not that big a deal.
Yeah.
No, it's a healing item here. I'm going to pick up the green herb in here actually, just to be safe. You know, after, I'll show you guys, but basically we have another boss fight, which is fair technically because we didn't use any ammo on the last Del Lago boss. So that's why we buy with the RPG, we're going to face the giant. And it's done. So I need to pick up the money. Pick up the money, there we go. So basically just RPG a lot of bosses.
So the
Bit boring.
The RPG in this game is really broken. It can one-shot pretty much everything, and for relatively cheap price as well. Cause like all the more powerful weapons is placed or priced well more expensive than 30,000 pesetas.
Yeah, so again, like the other weapons are of course handy for other situations, as you'll see. We won't finish the game with a pistol and the shotgun, of course. But most of the time, the money we collect is always for RPGs because it basically one shots all bosses. So it's 30,000 is a lot, you know. It's an easier way of dealing with the bosses instead of like having to pick up a lot of ammo and doing certain strategies when you just blow them up. So another puzzle. It's just 2, 3, and then 1, and then that's us done. Which is a puzzle as a child, or maybe if everybody else when they played it. Well, it can be a bit annoying. I found it annoying. I don't know if anybody else did, but when you finally learn how to do it, it's quite simple. So another cool trick here is if there's a cutscene, you can actually don't have to grab Ashley. You can just run by her, and then she'll teleport next to us because you don't need her for some cutscene triggers. It's pretty good.
Leon, shoot those barrels on that wagon.
So basically here we're just running now. Basically just a running simulator until we can get to cabin. We don't actually need to have a weapon equipped. Sorry. One of the only merchants we don't use. We run by this one because we don't have enough money yet. So, but yeah, if there's anything you want to say, you know, any donations or anything you know host wants to say, you can probably chime in now.
Wonderful, thank you. I do want to take this time to thank ESA for supporting this marathon. Besides providing us with their channel for streaming, they are sharing gear, technical assistance, and sponsors. Be sure to check out ESA's next event, Break the Record Live Minecraft, next weekend, and also Break the Record Live Super Mario Sunshine from the 28th to the 30th of May. We would also like to thank BSG for supporting this marathon. They hold bi-monthly gatherings in the Netherlands. They have supported UKSG from the beginning by spreading the word and providing us with a channel to stream on in past sessions, among other things. Mark your calendars because BSG Online 5 is happening on the 18th to the 20th of June and submissions are open right now. This event is streamed on this very channel, so you won't need to go any further than here to watch it.
Right, so if you saw there, I had to quickly restart checkpoint because I actually got grabbed. We do a wait-follow manipulation, which we will discuss. We can discuss it now, to be fair, before cabin. Basically, you wait-follow and it aggroes zombies because your voice can be heard, so it actually aggroes certain enemies. That is really bad, but you know what? It doesn't really matter. And then the other part, if you saw me when I was climbing the ladder, what you do is Ashley is quite slow sometimes, so you instead of running, I took some steps and then opened the door, and then took some more steps, and it basically meant Ashley was behind us. So behind the door. Okay, so cabin. If you want to talk about this, Joe, and I just do it, it'd be quite helpful.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
So for the cabin fight, it's pretty much like the village fight. You need to kill a certain amount of enemies. Except for a cabin, you need to kill a total of 40 enemies. And your kills and Luis's kill combines together. So ideally, you would want Luis to help you get most of the kills. And you'll see Dean here throwing like 4 specific grenades so that he can get as most kills as possible with the grenade. So up to 9 enemies can come in the cabin at a time. So you'll see him like knifing Luis so that he doesn't shoot at the enemies, so that enemies can come in the cabin, so they can rack up the 9 kills with a single grenade.
Yeah, I was just getting
And
tense
after
there.
he's done with all the grenades, he's just gonna run upstairs and cam the stairs with a shotgun. And we just do this until the section is over.
Yeah, I got a bit tense there because basically if Luis gets grabbed, he doesn't... the Granados or zombies, whatever you want to call them, I might just end up calling them zombies. They don't hit you, they just stand still, which means you can get the grenade off for free. And I was very scared because we basically need the green, yellow and red combo to sell to get 10,000 money. So it's a lot easier if you have that. While the yellow and red combo only sells for 5,000. So having the green herb also saves like a lot of effort and also a lot of money collecting. And I've bottled it here. No, I never. Wow, that was... I've got a lot of shotgun ammo. That was quite good, I think.
That was actually a really good capture.
Yeah, yeah, pretty good actually. I made up for it for bottling the rest of the run. Yeah, Del Lago. Okay, so you're gonna watch this part. You're gonna hate me for it because I'm a bit tragic at this part. So you actually can knife all these. You can knife these 3 in one go if you switch your mouse. I wish I could do. I just don't really know it. I don't know how. I just never practiced it. So I take the risk of just knifing 1 at a time, or if I get lucky, I get 2 at a time. And I actually might get grabbed here. That's fine. Oh, I baited him, so that's probably quite good. Or is it? I don't know. He's right behind me. If she gets grabbed, I just restart checkpoints, not a big deal. That's fine. So there, basically, you just need to pick up every item, and then we pick up the old key, and then we pick another flame grenade for the boss fight coming up. But yeah, also on the money situation, because I didn't have to heal, we have the 10,000, but also we have 6 shells in our shotgun. So when we sell the shotgun in the next chapter, we actually have more money because of the amount of ammo in it. So technically, the money is quite good. So here, oh, you can talk about this if you want. Have you have anything to say?
This section is basically an auto-scroller, so there's nothing much happening.
Yeah, you basically just have to shoot these guys. You don't even need to shoot the ones on the right. On New Game Easy, you can just like let them hit you. That's again what you mentioned with DA. So on like New Game Plus, don't know if it's on easy and normal, probably both of them. You actually, because your inventory's full and you have like so many healing items, you allow the guys on the right to actually hit you, so it lowers your DA. So when we get to 3-1, again, when we get to the infamous waterhole, if you know the run, it doesn't spawn the archers. So that's a little bit of, if you're running this game for the first time or playing it for the first time, you're playing on easy, and you want an easy little trick, you can do that. Actually, I probably should combine the items here, so I'll just do this. Do that out of the way. To answer your question as well, somebody in chat about the costumes, basically Special 1 is basically the first one that pops up, and then Normal's allowed, but Special 2 is not allowed because Ashley is in like a armor suit, so she can't take any damage and can't be grabbed. So basically she's invincible, so it'd be cheating. So that's allowed in New Game Plus, but for New Game Normal, New Game, we just use either Special 1 or the normal outfit. So again, there, you saw me shooting my ammo. I'll just quickly mention that. I shoot my ammo, so we only have enough ammo, and it takes out our inventory, so we have enough for the van that's coming up, and then we can sell it.
Yeah, so there's another boss fight coming up. This time you're fighting the village chief. His name is Mendes. For some reason, he's really weak to incendiary grenades, so you can actually just kill him with 4 incendiaries on professional. Second, and this 3rd one.
Yeah.
The 4th one involves blowing up. Oh, that's fast Mendes. The 4th grenade includes blowing up the explosive barrel as well, so that he takes damage from the barrel.
Yeah, if you don't hit the barrel, he doesn't die. So you have to make sure you hit the barrel as well. But again, whoever figured that out, that must have been a cool feeling. Like if you're the first one to figure that out. Just like, because most of the time everybody has memories of you're unloading shotgun ammo into him, so much ammo, and he just eats it all up. And then just to watch like speedrunners just throw 4 grenades at him and he dies. It's pretty funny.
Also, I feel like I should mention this 4 grenade strat only works on 60 FPS version of the game. If you are playing on 30 FPS, you will need 5. For some reason, your incendiary grenade deals more damage if you are playing on 60 frames per second.
Yeah, this is where it started. Everybody thought it started with the frames and the knives in RE2 remake, but no, it started in this game with frames affecting damage. So yeah, that's basically Village done. So all we need to do now is get past the next part, which is just the truck, as I was mentioning. And then we go on to the good old castle. So we tell Ashley to wait here just so she's not in our way for when the truck comes. Hopefully I can hit the headshot straight away, it'd be quite nice. Hit it, shoot him, quick turn. There's also handgun ammo next to Ashley, as you see there, just in case you run out. Also 5,000 spawns, but we don't need it because we have the money from the shotgun and also the green, yellow and red herb combo.
And a fun fact from the custom choice that Dean mentioned just now, if you're playing on the GameCube or you're running on the GameCube version, if you're running new game, the special one outfit is actually not allowed because you get the tactical vest, which reduces 30% of your damage. That, I believe, it's a GameCube exclusive though. So if you're playing on any other version, it's fine. Just not the GameCube one.
So yeah, here we go, that's us changed our inventory. We got picked up the TMP, the sniper rifle, and then the RPG. So we keep the TMP for a lot of the run, but we only have the sniper rifle for like 5 chapters until 4-1. So that's a little trick you can do, guys. So here, we quickly pause the game. I quickly switch to keyboard and mouse because I'm running on controller. Shoot that guy and then go back to controller. Because on controller, the sway of the rifle is pretty harsh. So it's quite hard to aim, while on mouse it's just steady.
You'll see PC runners do this a lot late. Controller runners tend to hot swap to keyboard and mouse just to make like specific shots or executions. Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah.
That's fine. Because aiming in this game is not the easiest, I would say.
No, definitely not. And also, a fun fact, zooming in on keyboard with the sniper rifle is quicker. So what you do is you bind it to Q and E, or whatever buttons you want to bind it to. I've got to Q and E, and basically it's a lot quicker than using the right analog stick, because on controller you use the right analog stick and you move it up and down, while on keyboard you can just like press Q and it instant zooms in. I don't know why it's like that, but the button is just quicker. So this is the sword part. We basically just tell Ashley to wait, pick up the sword, quick turn. Which again, if you're wondering what that quick turn is, I've not mentioned it yet, but I probably should have. It's basically just camera manipulation, where you turn the camera to like the left, and then you aim in, and then it basically makes Leon turn quicker. It's quite handy, and then using certain situations like this just for like tighter turns.
So if you're wondering why Dean exit and re-enter the room, is because he did that to prevent a wave of enemies from spawning. If you stay in the room for too long, a wave of enemies will actually spawn at the start of the room. So, and we don't want that, so we just re-enter the room, and not. It kind of resets the room if you re-enter them.
Yeah, so basically, there's a red Zealot that was spawn, and he's pretty awkward to deal with. Nice. So there, I was in the kicking animation, so I got some iframes, so the guy didn't grab me. And then we leave Ashley here to open the door for us. And if you time it with the guy who at the start was running away from us, he doesn't come and grab you. But there's sometimes a bad RNG pattern where still he'll come out and grab her. But it's fine. Yeah, I'll switch to my running grenade, why not? So we're gonna leave, coming up here we have to pick up a key. And unless I muck up the fight coming up, you'll get to see the little cool thing you can do. So you leave Ashley here, and she actually won't get grabbed if you wait, follow at this chair when you're coming back, the chair on the right. But you might hopefully get to see that. Depends if I muck up this fight or not. Because if I need
Coming up is a mini boss. We call him the Garador. He's basically like a blind enemy which reacts on sound, and he's really scary on the if you're playing it casually. So you have to hit. The weak point is at his back, the Plagas thing.
go.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, sorry, just
That's a really good.
yeah, that's basically
a really
perfect.
good
Yeah.
point. Yeah.
Oh,
So basically, you have to hit the Plagas thing on his back. That's the only way to, not only way, but you want to hit the Plagas to deal the most damage. With the rifle, you need to hit him 5 times. If you mess up, then there's a pretty high chance you'll die.
if I get hit here, I'm going to
Well,
restart chapter.
if-
Yeah, I'm just going to restart. It's just fine because I basically just spawns it back here.
So this room, Waterhole, is considered one of the hardest rooms in the run. Basically, a lot of things can happen in this room. You can never get the same Waterhole twice. Well, he shot the archers at the top and the shield guys to not let them bother us. Because when you go back up, if the archer is still alive, they will give us a lot of trouble when Ashley is cranking the stairs.
Ah, la la la. I got the kick finally.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah.
So basically, this can happen. Like enemies can power up at the door when you exit.
That'll do it, I'll just kick them as well.
Sometimes there's just like nothing much you can do about it.
Oh, this is awkward as well. Yeah, it's fine. I'll just wait till they come. So basically, I'm going to throw a flame grenade here to try and stagger. I can kick him actually, that's better. And I'll throw it now. And I think it won't hit the shield guy. No, it did. It killed him as well. Hopefully it doesn't trigger the cutscene we want to dodge. Right, see if I can get the manipulation here. We did get it, yes. No, I never actually. No, I did. Perfect. Right, so pretty good. So we're going to do wait Ashley, reload the TMP, tell her to follow me, and I get a reload cancel. Right, and then what we do, oh my god, there's so many enemies, what do you do? And restart checkpoint, and they're all gone.
If you restart checkpoint, all the enemy despawns.
Yeah.
So let me explain a little bit what just happened. Basically, you see Dean told Ashley to do the cranks because she do the crank much faster than Leon does on 60 frame. But if you're playing on 30 frames, then you would want to do the crank yourself because Ashley is just so slow.
Yeah,
And the reason we are not killing any extra enemies there is because if you kill too many enemies, cutscene will unskippable cutscene will play, and you will spawn I believe two more shield guys into the room, which is slow. Well, the enemies is not a problem, but the cutscene is a time loss, obviously.
yeah. And
the second part right here is pretty much just auto scrollers. You can push
yeah.
Ashley to do the cranks, and you will see Dean run around and collecting items.
Oh shit, this guy. So basically with the rifle is one of the best weapons in the game. It basically instant kills anybody to the head. Like all these people, you just instant kill the head. And what we do here is this guy's running, so you shoot them both and then it stops them running. And then what I did, I didn't technically wasted a rifle bullet. I could just TMP'd or knifed this. But we need this flame grenade for our strategy, and then we take this money. Again, everything's all calculated. We know how many grenades we need, hand grenades, money, so we pick up all this little items. But if you saw me mini celebrate while Joe was explaining Waterhole, it's because it's a very, as he said, very random. It can go horribly wrong. And luckily, I have a lot of healing items, so I only took 1 bit of damage. Which again was very unlucky. I didn't get the headshot to get the kick animation, because again the kick gives you iframes, so I would have dodged all the damage and been able to. Oh, my inventory's full. So that's what I mean with bad inventory. So I have to quickly manage it, but it wasn't that bad. Basically just grab Ashley here, and that's us done with this part. Which is pretty good, I think. It went quite well. 1 bit of damage, but overall a decent 3-1 chapter, which again a chapter it can ruin runs. You get 30, I think it's like 30 minutes maybe into your run, and then you get a terrible water hole, and you've got to reset, and you've got to do it all over again. So
It's about 30 minutes.
yeah, right. It's one of those things where there's another strategy as well, which you might see top runners do, where they throw a fire grenade, and it hits the shield guy and the two shield guys and the red zealot, and it basically kills the shield guys and then also puts the red zealot down, and then you can run past them. But that strategy requires a flashbang. Also, well, we have a flashbang anyway, but you have to throw a flashbang to try and blind the archers, and then the other people, and then you basically just pray the archers don't hit you with that strategy. So it saves a little bit of time, but for me, it's not worth it at the moment to learn or risk doing. Because again, if the archer hits you, you basically got to reset or heal. It's pretty awkward. And then here we've got these Novistadors, invisible enemies bug. And if you move your camera, again, more camera manipulation, you can dodge their swipes. It's easier to dodge if you move your camera. And also that random quick turn to the right you saw. That's bad RNG. He just spawned here and I can't really do anything. Got a spam heal in case I don't die. Again, pray. We got swiped. One more heal. We should be out. Yeah, we're fine now. No, we're not. Oh my god, that's bad. Oh, we got out though.
That is really bad RNG there. The Novice just decided to hop in front of Dean.
Power may just want to stay.
Novice are pure RNG. Well, the first Novice room, which is this one, is what we consider the easiest one. You can pretty much manipulate most of their movement, but stuff can still happen just like that. It can just decide to hop in front of you, swipe you and grab you all of a sudden. It's pretty much just up to them what they want to do, and there's literally nothing you can do about it. It only gets worse at Novice 2 and Novice 3.
Yeah, so this area is again, if you drop them without throwing the flashbang, they all run away. However, if you need 2 flashes at this point. So I think you need 2. So basically, if you only have 2 flashbangs, you don't have an extra one for any reason, what you can do is you can actually shoot the TMP. You can shoot the red zealot in the leg and hop down, and it does the same thing. But I had enough flashbangs, so I just flashbanged him. So I check if the archer, this is also another fun little cool thing you can do. So usually here, he goes on a chain gun, this red zealot, once you hop down. But if I do it right, we should be able to actually quickly kill him without him moving. Let's see if I can line this up. Did that bounce? We didn't get it, it's fine. So what we have to do, we have to kill him this way. The old-fashioned way. One more shot and he'll die. If I don't miss it. Perfect. So that's the old strategy. If I hit the flame grenade right, he would have been stunned where I am right now. And then we could have just shot him on the ground. But this way is the old way, but it still works. Hopefully I can get this before he comes. Yeah, cool. So that's how you stop the guy from... Usually he goes in a big chain gun. You have to kill him with the chain gun, then he drops the key. But there we didn't need to.
The guy is super tanky as well. You need 3 rifle shots to the head to kill him.
Yeah, and again, if you miss and he runs away, you need to basically just restart again. Well, not right, retry checkpoint. Sorry, not restart, but you know what I mean. Restart the area. So there, straight after the cutscene, you run to the right, and it will the scythe guy won't hit you, which is quite handy. And also a little handy trick about this game is basically if you don't have a healing item, this should be fine. Yeah. If you don't have a healing item in your inventory and you kill enemies, eventually it'll drop a healing item for you. The game is... That's really bad. As mean as the game is, it's also very handy for that situation. And also, there's an area coming up here. Actually, when I'm talking about the healing item situation, I'll give you a little funny story that happened to me. So basically, just now in our running part, we go into the maze after just running through the castle a little bit with all the zombie dogs, well, the La Plaga dogs. But coming up here is a fountain, and we basically pick up a couple more spinels and velvet blues to pick up more money. But when I was casually playing the game, these barrels here, we just run past them on the speedrun. but I had no healing items. And so I was like, okay, I'll check one of the barrels. I shot the barrels to check. It dropped 3 green herbs, so that's crazy RNG. But like I said, if you don't have a healing item, the game can be quite nice, and it drops like 1 or 2. So if you're in the speed run and you know, oh, there's no heals coming up, then sometimes barrels will change to green herbs. Or if you know where green herb spawns, or enemies will, instead of dropping money, they'll drop a healing item for you. So it's can be quite kind, even though it is quite terrible as well. But yeah, if host wants to say anything, this is basically just a running part, so feel free.
Wonderful, thank you very much. I do want to remind everyone that we have another day of speedruns tomorrow, starting at 11 a.m. BST, that is UTC +1. And what a day we've got there. Let me pick some of the runs that you can see there. We have Frog and Spiders, an arcade game with a score exhibition right at the start. We do have Sonic Heroes, Yakuza 3 Remastered, Mirror's Edge, Command & Conquer Tiberian Sun. We have Sonic & Knuckles, Sonic Roboblast 2, Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. So it's really a full packed day. You do not want to miss that.
Yeah, I would definitely be tuning in for those runs. Some very good. Right, so that's one of the hardest shots in the game, which you might think, except all you're doing is shooting a wine glass. Because the wine glass hitbox is insanely strange. It's oh, that's close. I'm still getting hit actually. Yeah, that's fine. Low key, that's not terrible because I actually wanted to heal anyway, just so I was like full HP. I'm gonna reload my TMP. But yeah, the wine glass hitbox is mainly to the left. So if you shoot the glass to the right, and it looks like it's gonna hit, it won't hit sometimes. So you want to down these guys because they get up very quickly. So you want to fully down them, and then you don't have to pick up this rifle ammo, but I do it just to be safe. And then let's see what RNG I get for these guys. Shield door. This RNG. So I'm just gonna shoot this, bait the guy behind me, and then run past them. And
so what happens to this door is the enemy can kick the door, then open the door like that, or they can just not open the door. If they don't open the door, you can just kick the door and then run past everyone. If they do, well, you have to do that to stun them.
Yeah, and also it's one of the shortest chapters in the game. It's like a minute 5 seconds long. Well, it depends, of course, how fast you're on the run. But average, it's like a minute and 10 seconds. It's a very strange chapter. I don't know why it's so slow. So short. They just made it that way. So we're going to do a little trick here. Hopefully I get it right. You shoot this red zealot in the leg, because of course red zealots are more tanky. So you shoot him in the leg here. So it puts him on the ground, and then we use our last hand grenade and we throw it, and hopefully it kills these guys. There we go, got it. And if you don't kill the red zealot and those 2 guys, basically it'll spawn more people.
I got the key. I can get out.
Right, and just to be on the safe side, I'm going to take this money and hopefully this spinel money if I can get there in time. Nah, never, it's fine. So I got the 5,000, both sell for the same, it's not that big a deal. Or maybe spinel sell for less actually, so getting that money is not that big a deal, it's just less time because of the painting falling down. So again, that area you guys might remember being a lot longer, so if you don't kill the red zealot quick and those guys, it is quite a lot longer. But because we did the quick, we killed them both, it doesn't spawn anybody else, and then Ashley can go get the key straight away.
The key enemy back there was actually the red zealot. If the red zealot doesn't die, then it will spawn extra enemies. If you kill the red zealot, then no more enemies will spawn. So ideally you want to kill the red zealot as fast as possible.
Yes, definitely. And also, I want to quickly, I haven't mentioned it, but you guys might be thinking, how is he doing all these QTEs very quick, and we're not hearing him mash the controller. So for certain QTEs like boulder and stuff and cranking, because it's you want to do it as fast as possible, we allow turbo on the X button on your controller or on keyboard, whatever way you're playing it, just so it's fair for everybody as well. So for like keyboard controller players like me, because your X is bound to turbo, I think that's the right term, turbo, you need to actually also have X set up to another part of your controller. So for me, it's actually left stick in. So L3 is also my X. Just so that I could have showed you guys, but basically, if you try and push something by holding X instead of like with turbo on, they just like glitch through it. They don't actually push it; they just glitch into it. So you actually have to have another button set up. So yeah, that's basically the actually part over, you know. I don't actually hate this part as much as I used to. It's not that bad, it's just quite short.
Also, another fun fact, if you're playing on the Japanese version of the game, and if you're playing on normal or professional difficulty, the Ashley section is actually ran on the classic camera angles, which is like
Oh
something like the
yeah,
original Resident Evil 1, 2, and 3.
I forgot about that.
It's kind of more close. It kind of more closely resembles Code Veronica or Outbreak, where the cameras are semi-dynamic. It's not completely static. The camera will kind of like pans around with as your character moves. It's not like completely static in the original Resident Evil 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah, and then just for I quickly saw somebody say like, oh, it's nice of the RE4 community to allow just like the turbo and stuff. It's also quite handy because again, another game where you've got to mash a lot is Resident Evil Remaster. And you know that's a lot of stair skating if you know what that is, where basically you can run up stairs faster by like it's like run and like run. You like basically just spam run. Hang on, ammo. So you know it can you know eventually if you're running the game a lot, it can you know eventually take a toll on your hands and it can hurt as well. So just to allow us just to hold a button to make everything, it's also fair for everybody because again it's just it's a QTE, so it's not like movement like it is in what you call it, remaster. It's quite nice. I think it's pretty cool. Just so again you're not having to mash your controller and then like get sore hands after an hour.
So for the mashing QTE in this game, apparently they didn't port the game properly to 60 FPS. If you play on 60 FPS, they kind of just expects you to mash twice as fast. Because this game originally, like in the SD versions, like the GameCube, PS2, or like basically the last gen versions, they all run on 30 frames per second. But when they introduced 60 frames, they didn't port it properly. So in some QTEs, some people are actually like, they physically can't do the QTE because they just can't press fast enough. And to be honest, that's just a really cheap way to die.
Yeah, I mean I remember playing it as I wasn't a child, but I was like, well, guess whatever age I was. And you know, we'll get to the part with the bridge and the big sad, you know, the big soldier. And like, I remember like dying at that part because I'm like, you're mashing so much, and it's like you actually have to mash quite a lot. You actually forget how much you do have to mash because like, I'm just holding the button in because of the speed run. But you know, it's pretty intense. If you have to do that a lot, like every run, you know, because Boulder is 1-1, it's literally 3 minutes into the run, and if you're resetting, say if you're streaming for 5 hours, you're doing like you reset 15 times, you're doing that mashing 15 times. It's quite intensive.
Wait.
So basically it's just another silly puzzle, nothing too hard. However, I'm going to show you guys a little fun way of skipping these ceiling trap scenes. So here what you can do is you can actually just shoot them before, if you guys didn't know. So you just shoot them before. Then you don't have to tell Ashley to wait. Boom, just skip it straight away. Also saves a bit of time. Let me just kill these guys. Take the rifle ammo again. Can never have enough, I guess. Just in case I miss some shots, but we won't need the rifle for that much longer. Take the Queen's Gale, Grail, and then boom. Switch to my running grenade, and here we go. So in my inventory right now is again a little bit scuffed, but...
So the two guys on the bulldozer, they actually only have 1 HP, so it doesn't matter like what you use to hit them.
Wait.
As long as you hit them, they're dead.
Yeah, so it can be like just taps the TMP. That's why you heard me just like kind of tapping the buttons. I don't want to like just spray them down, waste ammo. It's when you like tap, 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 tap and see what happened. So this is the night session. I am notorious for completely bottling this session, so hopefully I don't butcher it.
Now, Dean's gonna do some MLG quickscope headshots.
Yeah. Missed a shot. That's fine. I hit it there. That's fine. That'll do. And then you flashbang them, and oh yeah, we haven't mentioned yet. Flashbang is instant kill plagas. I thought we may as well explain it. It's a good time to explain it now, but yeah, if you have a flashbang, it instant kills plagas, like exposed plagas like that. So that's why we've been saving up flashbangs. Something I should do here, which I don't, is actually use the mouse. So even though I use the mouse for other parts, oh, I got bad RNG. That is very awkward. I need this.
Oh.
Yeah, I kind of need this flashbang, don't I?
So basically, what that guy can do is his helmet can stay on even after you shot him. Which
how many shots does
it's
this
pretty
take?
much a meme. I'm not sure, honestly.
I'm gonna try. If I might need to restart, like reset. Yeah, I need to. That's unlucky. Should have waited. Basically, we need 2 flashbangs for Novista doors, and if I use another one, I don't have one more flashbang, and it's a very big risk only using 1 flashbang for Novi's 2. So I'll lose some time here, but it's not that big a deal. I should have waited. I saw his head shake when I shot it. That's why I threw it. That's my bad. I should have waited.
So basically, 3 things can happen if you shoot the final guy. Either he doesn't flinch at all, he flinch and his helmet pops off, which is ideally what we want. And that happened just now.
Yeah.
He flinched and his helmet didn't pop off. Oh wow, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, I've got the flashbang and I died, and as I threw the flash, like, I don't know if you could pick up on the mic, I was spamming pause to try and heal because I knew I was going to take damage from the plagas as I threw the grenade. You know what the sad thing is? I've not actually done this bad. Like, I've actually hit most of my shots. It's just like, because I'm playing on controller, it's my quick turns and headshots aren't as like good as they should be. So I run forward now. There we go, that's better. And you don't want to pick up the hand grenade, the handgun ammo here. You don't want to avoid them. So you quickly reload here. Right, let's see if I can get this time. Right, we will wait this time. There we go. And we take all the money and then we leave. But yeah, that's quite unlucky, but hey ho.
Follow me.
I low-key don't mind having to do it again, so I didn't take any damage, and I saved rifle ammo and stuff, so it's quite helpful. So we do a little wait, follow me, aim the grenade, then run past these guys. Oh, that's kind of awkward. Does she get grabbed here? She might get grabbed, actually. If she does, it's not that terrible. Oh, wow, she should have died there. Yeah, so basically, that's an annoying part. But we do like a wait, follow me trick to like bait the guys. I ran a little bit too close to them. That's why I actually got grabbed. And then here's Novi's 2. Yeah, good pattern at the start here. We throw 2 flashbangs, which is why we need them here. Because there's so many Novista doors, so we get the TMP, shoot this, quick turn, and then we throw the flashbang and we pray, and that didn't hit him. And we're fine. Touch wood, perfect. That's really good. It's what you want from the Novista door area. No hits, good RNG, flashbangs, did what they had to do. So yeah, perfect. So I'm low-key glad we wasted around an extra like 3 minutes on the night room just so we got the Novista door 2 perfect, and I've got a lot of healing items now.
Yeah, because in Novice 2, they can completely mess you over if they feel like it. They can just literally just combo you to death and you don't even have time to heal. And there's nothing you can do about it. They can. Oh, that's unfortunate. The Novice can spam their throw attacks where if they throw you on the ground and when you get up, they throw you again, and you get up, they hit you, you die. And you don't even get a chance to heal.
Yeah, or you get swiped, you heal, and then there's no more Novista doors. They like, you don't kick them in time, or they just spawn, swipe you and stuff. So this guy should never grab you. He should do that. But instead he ran and grabbed me. Well, I get hit by this. No, it's fine. So again, in a speed run, you know, I would be annoyed that I got grabbed there. But in a marathon run, you know stuff's gonna happen. So I don't mind just, you know, restarting checkpoint there, keeping my healing items, and, you know, using like a minute, maybe 30 seconds. It's not that big a deal. Because there, you know, I would have had to use a lot of healing items because I got put on yellow, then red. And then if you're the flail guys, if you're like, sometimes even if you're still on green HP, they can still one-hit you because it's professional and they're very strong. So again, it's just better to be like, not risk it.
Yeah, one thing about the HP is you run. I believe this applies to all of the Resident Evil games. You run slower in caution or yellow health. You run even slower in danger or red health. That's why ideally you want to be in green the entire run if possible.
Yeah.
And archer enemies, they can do that. Archers are pretty random. They can just decide to shoot you if they want.
Yeah, so of course, as this is RE4 and not remake engine, Leon does not have the power of Claire and Jill to run faster on caution by lunging forward. So we have to do the old-fashioned way, which has always been on green HP, which I think is more like Resident Evil, in my opinion, being on fine to run faster. And then here, not gonna lie, I don't actually know how to perfectly do this, but you know, you basically can spam pause and it like affects the FPS, and they don't hit you, the swipe, it misses, so I just spam it there because I know everybody else does it. So you want to bait these guys forward, bait them, and boom, dodge that bridge. That can be a very annoying area. Did I aim that too high? No, never. And there, guys, if you saw the famous Twitter clip or the famous thing I got the news part, girl kills these two guys with one RPG. Yeah, we doing the speedrun since like 2010 or whatever, when I was finished, you know what I mean? So yeah. Right, so we now have one of the famous bosses in the game, right hand man, and we say goodbye to the rifle and we buy the good old striker, which I'll let you explain, Ditman, if you want. Well, you will, but you know.
This is the most important merchant in the game, I would say, because it allows you to buy the striker. With the striker, you can actually glitch your animation speed to be 1.5 times faster. So you move faster, you shoot faster, you do pretty much everything faster. I guess I'll explain it like after you're done with the shop.
Oh yeah, of course,
or the
yeah.
person.
Explain it now. There you go. So basic.
Right, so to activate Ditman, you aim your striker, and before the laser shows up, you switch to another weapon, and that's it. That's the Ditman glitch or the striker glitch. Well, we call it a Ditman glitch because the guy that found this glitch, his handle was Ditman, so it was known as a Ditman glitch since then. And this glitch works on every version of the game, all the way back to the original GameCube version, I believe.
Yeah, you know, you see a lot of people always, you know, in RE4 streamers chats. I didn't actually need to dodge that because I was in Ditman. Just instinctively did it. A lot of people always ask, oh, you know, what's Ditman? You know, why do you keep saying Ditman? You know, and basically, it's just this. It's just, you know, it's just makes you run faster.
So the logic behind this is
bad RG.
Devs.
Sorry, Karen.
Logic behind Ditman is the devs realized that the Ditman aiming animation is a bit too slow, so they decided to just like, instead of redoing the animation, I think they just like sped up the aiming animation for the striker. And because you haven't fully aimed down your gun yet, like the laser haven't popped up, you kind of get locked in that 1.5 times speed state. And when you switch to a different weapon, you get to keep that speed.
Yeah, and it also doesn't, it's not just running. You knife faster, shoot quicker, climb ladders quicker, everything's quicker. Most everything's quicker. So it's pretty good for
But-
like glitches and stuff, which you'll find soon.
But you need to reactivate Ditman a lot because a lot of stuff cancels out Ditman, like getting hit, using heals, opening doors.
Welcome.
So some cutscenes also will deactivate Ditman, so you need to learn to reactivate it a lot.
So basically my inventory's a bit scuffed now because of all the healing items I'm picking up, just to be safe. There's also another first aid spray coming up that I probably should pick up just to be safe. It will muck up my inventory, so I might lose some time there, but you know, we'll get to the point of the game called Island, and you can lose like every healing item at that point. Right, so actually no.
So for this
No,
room,
sorry.
the intended way to do it is actually you have to take a detour to get the dynamite and you blow the boulder open. But on the Steam version, you can actually just rocket launcher the boulder and it will explode. I forgot what version it is that this doesn't work. I believe it's the PS2 version. Correct me if I'm wrong.
I don't know.
But
So
all the UHD versions or like the 60 FPS version, you can do this. So if you're running on like Switch, Xbox One, or PS4, you're fine.
yeah, it's a good way of spending 30,000. It's a big time save. And then there we do a Ditman glitch, Ethelbelm's glitch, because you move faster with Ditman. You actually, like, because of like the slip line thing is like got an intended speed because you go faster and you can just glitch Ethelbelms and you just completely skip those giants, which is very handy because it means you don't have to fight them and don't have to waste an RPG on them, like on one of them. So what we do here with Novice doors is you throw a flashbang and you pray again. You move your camera to the left so you don't get swiped. You pray. And what we're going to do is there's going to be 4 Novisa doors here flying. And you can kill them with 1 striker shot, but I kind of bottle it. And I didn't get them. I think I got... There we go. So for some reason, Novisa doors in the air are weaker when they're on the, like landing on the ground, unless it's just... Don't know why, but... Like, if they're not on the... Like, if they're on the ground here, when they take 1 shotgun shell, like 1 striker shot to kill them. And that is... Novi's free. I mean, we'll never see Novi's again. And to be honest, that was a pretty good Novi's free, in my opinion. That was quite quick.
That's a perfect Novice 3, I would say. You didn't get
Yeah.
hit and all that.
Even the RNG on the second part, there was like 1 guy it ran down. After that, there was like nobody was around me. So, because usually, what happens there if you get swiped, you have to heal, and then when you heal, you don't get Ditman. You have to Ditman again, and then you have to run past them all. And if you get hit again, you just get stun locked, and it can be very annoying.
Yeah, so basically the same thing like Novice 3, they can mess you up completely if they want to. They can just like pile up at the cave entrance and you basically can't run out because they're all there blocking your way and you're just gonna get comboed to death.
Yeah, so considering Novisa doors are one of the biggest trolls in the run, it's quite funny that I didn't really get trolled by them at all. They're actually quite good for me. Apart from the first time, actually, I did use a lot of healing items. This is bad. I'm getting grabbed here, Ramah. Oh, I'm not. I thought they came quite quick. So yeah, basically we're now in the mines, and the villagers have appeared again. This would be the one of the last times we see them. Well, if it is the last time after this part, but he points at you. It's good RNG. Sometimes he can aggro a bit early. More chainsaw people. What we do is we just run past them. And there was an old strategy where you could throw a hand grenade to blow up that door, but instead you just shoot with the TMP now. That's what I do, and I'm pretty sure I still pick up the hand grenade, so I always have an extra hand grenade in the run. I never get rid of it. Sadly, you can't shoot these lights before they spawn because they're not actually flashing red. They're not triggered. And then one of the best skips in the game is coming up. So what we do is, again, we Ditman, of course. Run into the corner. I'll get myself in the corner and then hold X. And boom. I didn't do it. Right, one more time. Gotta run forward more. There we go. I forgot to run forward. And we're out of bounds now. So,
So
but
Deadman can really mess with the hitbox and the collision box of the game. So with Deadman, you can achieve a lot of unthinkable things and effects. This being one of them. So basically, with this, we can skip the entire minecart section without having to fight anything. So essentially, from the auto scroller fight, it became like about 2 to 3 minutes, like running simulator.
yeah. And also, we should mention that can also be done without Ditman as well. I don't know exactly how
Yeah.
you do it though. It's like on the
If
mine and you get
you
it by
if
something.
you if you do this on no merchant, which obviously you can't get the striker because you can't use the merchant, or if you run on console, because the way that he did it is specific to this Steam 60 FPS version. If you play on console, you need to do it slightly differently. It involves going on the cart ride for a little bit and then jumping off halfway. But I'm not exactly sure how to do that because I never ran no merchant myself.
Yeah, same. I just don't know
I
it as well.
try to do it, but I can't do it. I just give up because I run on Steam. So the method that Dean did, it's fine.
Yeah, it's a lot easier. Alright, there we go. Coming up to the end of Castle very soon, one more chapter left. We get the infamous big statue running at you. What's my ammo like? Yeah, 13. I'm going to reload here. So of course, reload. You want to also time your reloads well, so you don't lose time reloading. That's why if you notice in Village, we were reloading like lots of certain points because there's like basically free reloads, like auto scroller parts and stuff like that. But not many of them here. So this guy, he's not aggroed. That's fine. Just shoot him to down him. This is a bit awkward. That's fine. Okay. Spam X. Dodge. I'm gonna get a reload here. Wait for this to come down. Just gonna shoot these guys just to be safe. That's fine. Actually, didn't even need to because of the iframes I'm jumping. Because again, Ditman gives you more jumping speed, and then that's that part done. Oh, okay. I was kind of worried about that part because it can be very awkward with
Really great statue room actually.
Yeah, that's what means. This is funny. Like some parts have been really good, and then we had the Delago. That was just terrible. But yeah, that was very good. I was kind of scared about this part because again, it's one of those parts if you like mess up, you kind of need to reset the room because it's really awkward. If you miss the timing on the hands, having those two guys jump over was kind of a bit annoying, but it worked out in the best. So I just switched my striker now to get the Ditman ready. Quickly spam the buttons to dodge this, and then Ditman. Did I Ditman? Yeah, no, never. There we go.
So that climb up QTE back there is the specific one that I mentioned that the game expects you to mash twice as fast.
Yeah.
I've seen like people like the casual players they fail that QTE like I don't know like 2 to 3 times, and they're only getting it on like the later tries.
Yeah, that if you
And poor them, they have no idea what's going on because they were like mashing and all, but they still die and they were so confused.
Yeah, that was when I mentioned about being like a kid or a teenager playing the game. Is the one I was meaning being really hard on you. Right, so basically the lift stops when 2 people jump on it, and you basically shoot them off. I am a bit iffy at this part. I'm not the best at it, but hopefully I can do it well. So shoot these guys off. You want a quick turn, aim down again. Yeah, my aim was a bit off there. And we try and kill him before anybody spawns. Yeah. Can I get these guys? Nah, never. Yeah, so elevator's a bit scuffed now, but we killed him. I'm gonna quickly just run because these guys are gonna drop down. I don't want to get hit by them. As long as you have one guy. Oh, that was really good timing. This is the scuff way of doing this, but it's working.
Yeah, so if you mess up your position a little bit on the elevator, you pretty much happens.
I'm just gonna show him. Which is quite funny, even though I didn't, the positioning was a bit off and wasn't perfect. That does seem still quite quick, considering. Like I actually I've got very good timing on like killing the guy on the ground, so it didn't actually stop the elevator that much. I feel like it wasn't that terrible considering it wasn't perfect. Like
Yeah, the elevator is kind of like an auto scroller. As long as you don't get like 2 enemies on the elevator at the same time, you are not actually losing time.
yeah. And then there, I picked up more shotgun ammo. You don't actually have to pick up that ammo or the herb or the TMP ammo. I just do it anyway. Again, marathon run being safe, and also I did use a lot of TMP ammo. There you go. Take the first aid as well to be safe. Might mess up my inventory, but if it does, I'll fix it. Oh my god, yeah, this is. I don't need any more heals actually. Let me see. I'll be able to fix this. It's not that bad. This actually might be doomed. Yeah, I can fix this. There we go. So I might get rid of some.
You have way too many healing items.
Yeah, I went a bit cray on the. Oh, this is bad. You know what? We'll just restart. Yep, restart again.
That's important.
Basically, because we've only got 5 shots left in our striker, we need to. There we go. That's what you want. I went a bit cray on the safety heals.
Better be safe than sorry, right?
Yeah, might need to discard some herbs or just combine them to make full heals. But at least we know with the helmet, like the red, green, and yellow combo, we are very safe for money.
So you need 3 striker shots to its eye to open up the main part of Salazar, and then you can just rocket him in the face and he dies. Again, the rocket launcher is really broken in this game. Anything that you can't kill, get a rocket launcher.
Pretty much, yeah. So that's why I only had 5 bullets left. So because I missed some shots, I just, instead of reloading and risking taking a hit, I just decided just to quickly restart checkpoint. It's not that big a deal because you can basically do that in this game. It doesn't really affect much because if you pause the game like this, I actually have inventory space for this. Just discard that. It actually doesn't affect the in-game timer. So anytime you pause it, it basically doesn't matter. It doesn't use any time. But of course, because the marathon right now is our real time, it will affect that timer, but in game it won't. So here's another nice little out of bounds glitch. There you go. Bingo. And then what you do is you make sure you don't go too far wide, and you make sure you run towards the fire. And then boom, you just skip like, I don't know how long it is, but a big chunk of the first part of the island. We missed the chainsaw guy, chainsaw, chain gun guy, all that stuff.
It's yeah, the chain gun guy.
Yeah, JJ. I am terrible at that.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, I just don't. I'm so bad at it.
Can just like turbo and grab you.
Yeah.
That skip was actually discovered quite recently. We were looking for like skips, and I forgot who discovered that if you climb up that ledge in a specific way, you can actually glitch into the wall. It works without Ditman as well, which is really amazing, actually.
I know there was an old glitch. You know where the emerald is? If you go carry on forward, there was one there. You go out of bounds, but I don't know if it was like as effective as the new one we filmed. Well, they filmed. I wasn't here when they filmed it.
So this just shows like after, I don't know, 10 plus years, there's still more and more stuff to be optimized.
Oh, definitely. It's crazy. So here we go.
If you want to consider the GameCube version is 16 years. If a Steam version, I believe it's, I don't know, 5 years, 6 years.
Yeah. And basically you can skip that part due to Ditman. Basically you just like run under it. And thing is that it's just one of those Ditman things. Most of the time you have to like shoot those people, and then it like you kill all the enemies and it like opens up for you. But yeah, They just dip man through it. They throw the dynamite. You run, as you know, the door doesn't shut on you, and then it's quite easy. Am I still dip man? I'm not. I thought so. I picked an item. Here we go. One of the most feared enemies in Resident Evil history. The good old regenerators, and sadly all we're going to do is just do this. Bait them and then run past them. So we don't even have to kill them.
Yeah, the regenerators may seem like really scary, but they're also quite slow, so you can run past all of them with relative ease.
Yeah, and I actually just realized as well, I make this mistake a lot. Not mistake, but basically I don't actually need this flashbang that I discarded a herb for, because I don't do the flashbang strategy anymore. I do the you'll see when it coming up. I'll throw a hand grenade when we finally rescue Ashley back. That's terrible movement from me. That was my bad. But it's fine though, we're still out. See, safety heals. They come in handy.
Yeah, I would say the scariest guy in this room is that one flare guy.
Yeah, it's all because
the enemies, they're pretty much irrelevant.
Yeah,
the flare guy, the hitbox of the flare is huge.
Yeah, I mean it's my own fault. I didn't run behind the archer, so I can't really complain. Right, got that man. Perfect. There we go. So yeah, again we're keeping a very the flame grenade here is actually just used as a running grenade. So we actually don't use this. Well, I still use it because I do one of the old strategies for one of the final chapters of the game. But most of the time people just use a running grenade now. I still do it, and then you just get another grenade or use the killer 7, which we'll find. But yeah, so we have, like, as you say, might go like, oh, you've got like, you know, 3 flashes, 2 hand grenades, but they're all, you know, used for a certain reason. One of the flashbangs are nil, so you just throw a flashbang here. He did not get flashed, but it's fine. Maybe it's not fine. I could have got iframes there. That was bad from me. But usually he gets flashbanged anyways. Bit interesting why never. And just like that, we're down to, I think it's 3 full heals now. Bait him. And we yes, Ashley. Alright, so we're gonna, again, another thing found is if you actually restart checkpoint here. Do I have a green herb? Oh, I don't actually want to full heal her. But I need to full heal her actually. Because is the strategy we use coming up. If she'll take a bit of damage and she'll die, so.
Wait, follow me.
So we actually used to flashbang them, but now you just hand grenade them. Due to the fact that we now restart at the checkpoint. So we tell Ashley to wait here, run past them. Of course, she didn't take any damage, but when she's in danger, she runs slower. So, and then what we can do is we can actually just run away, and then she'll just teleport next to us.
So the part just now where Dean reset a checkpoint, if you don't reset checkpoint, there will be 2 extra enemies for whatever reason. If you restart checkpoint, or like if load is saved from there, they'll just like be gone.
Wait, follow me.
Yeah, and then if you saw there, I actually discarded a flashbang because I only need 1 more coming up. So the extra flashbang we got in after the boss fight, and I discarded a heal for, is very useless. So I didn't need it. So I do the old strategy for this boulder area because. Come on, Ashley.
Wait, follow me.
Come on. Ashley, please.
Yeah, so one thing that
You know
can
what?
happen in this game,
Yeah.
if Ashley is too close to the enemies, she can get scared and stuck like this.
Oh, not
To
again.
unstuck Ashley, you need to
There we go.
go close to Ashley, so Ashley will follow you again.
Yeah, so basically here, you can hold RT, and so she thinks that you've still got a weapon now and you're still aiming at her, so she crouches down here. And if you hide, if you kind of get in a good position here, and make sure the guys don't see you when you use this, and you make sure you don't skip this cutscene, the enemies don't actually aggro on you, Now, do you do the new strategy? Well, not the new one, but the better one. With the flashbang, you just run around.
So the fastest strategy, it saves I think like 3 to 5 seconds, is you actually use, we call it the home run strat because you run around in circles. You basically ask Ashley to wait at the platform up there, and you activate the lever and you run around and you flash all the enemies, and you activate the lever 2 more times,
Wait, follow
and
me.
then you ask Ashley to drop down to the area, and then you can be on your way.
That's a wait, follow me
It,
thing. That's my bad. But I don't know why she didn't move.
oh, that's unfortunate.
That's just my bad. Right, she can follow me now. There we go. But yeah,
So the new strat saves like about 3 seconds because you don't have to aim your knife at Ashley. Other than that, that's not really,
Wait,
it's not really any faster.
yeah, I just do it because it's like I just do the old one because I know it. So a fun little thing here is if you spam RB, as you can see me doing, which is wait, follow me.
follow me.
She runs through the thing, and if you time this right, there we go. You don't actually have to tell her to wait at it. Said that, man. And also, if you're a new runner or a new player, don't skip that cutscene because if you skip it, it doesn't count and you have to redo the thing. So that's a little fun tip for you. Because sometimes if you like, you have to wait for it. You have to like just spam like A instead of like the cutscene skip button for like the thing that says we did it. Because if you don't do that, if you just spam skip, it will just like for some reason just won't open the door and you've got to do it again.
It's actually not the skip key, but it's the back key actually. So ideally you don't want to
back.
press B or
Yeah,
your
sorry.
circle button if you
Yeah,
have
yeah.
PS4.
I mean,
I had that happen to me and I have no idea what's going on until someone
Yeah.
told me, oh, you can't press your back one or it won't count.
yeah, it depends what like people use for like cutscene skip. Depends what button they use. Because even though X and A is still bind to cutscene skip, I still have the habit of pressing B, which is what is it originally. Because again,
Yeah, I should
you bind a lot of
mention
stuff.
this as well because the default cutscene skip is on the select button,
Yeah.
or the back button on the Xbox controller. So, but
Nice.
excuse me, us runners, we bind additional keys to cutscene skip usually
What
on
is he doing?
X, and some runners have it on B as well, so we can use X and B to skip the cutscenes.
So you'll see a lot of runners that use the striker at this point. You shoot the striker 4 times at the truck, and it basically disables it and does it instead. But I like using the TMP because it's 15 TMP bullets, and it means I can use the shotgun shells for later on in the run, or for like when it's the big group of enemies. And it basically just means I'm safer. Because there's too many times I ran out of shotgun ammo and I'm scared. So, but yeah, it's basically just a big long auto scroller part of the game. So, if we have anything the host wants to say, you can do.
Wonderful, thank you. I do want to remind everyone that we are collecting money for Crisis. Crisis is a charity supporting people out of homelessness for good. They achieve this through education, training, and support with housing, employment, and health. 100% of your donations will be supporting Crisis, so please keep those donations coming. We are not far away from the end of this day of the marathon, but maybe we can get some more in, maybe the 1700. That would be awesome.
Yeah, it'd be very awesome indeed. So basically, we baited the first guy, and then once he swung his electric stick at you, you can run past the other 2 guys and they miss you. And there's also an RNG pattern where the first guy will both of them will run towards you instead of just one. But yeah, basically it looks very scary because you're just running past enemies and just standing still and you're like, oh, you could get hit, but most of the time you don't because of Dip Man. You can just run past them. But from like the casual point of view, if you watched it, like a casual player wouldn't dare do that. So basically now we just shoot all the enemies with a striker. That's why I like keeping the ammo. Because we should explain one of the other glitches that happened. If you wonder why all the enemies despawned and we didn't get a lot of enemies spawning, is because I didn't aim my gun high enough. There you go, I got one of them. It's fine. Basically, I'm gonna shoot this guy and then reload. There can only be a certain number of enemies on the screen at a certain time. Oh, loaded into the game. Sorry, it's a better way of explaining it. So basically, we only spawn because the enemies technically are still on the screen, but they're not, like they're hiding somewhere. Only spawns like 2 enemies at the bottom right. So there, we were allowed to. No enemies were coming at us. We didn't have to shoot anybody. It's a very good way of basically making the auto-scroller view a lot quicker because you're not actually wasting ammo on people. And I should have checked my money when I quickly did that. Perfect, I have enough. So we don't actually have to combine the crown jewels yet. We can just buy the RPG straight away and we can combine it later. And then inventory's a bit scuffed. Let's pick up an extra 5,000 here. And then here we get the Ada Krauser cutscene, but we just skip. And if you're a big RE4 fan, you know what's coming up. You know what famous cutscene's coming up. But we can't do as many memes to it because we're not American, are we? You know, the famous GDQ runs here when everybody puts the shades on, or they like take the mick out of RPD, you know, that police dude or whatever it is, whatever the RPD meme is, I can't remember, but yeah, this is basically the only bit in the game you can't skip, and it's, if you can hopefully see my controller, it's me just spamming these buttons the full time, because you can, like, as we discussed before with the QTs on 60 FPS, you know, you can just spam them and skip everything. So all we do is just spam the buttons when the cutscene comes. But I'll be quiet now, we can all listen to it. Real police dude, that's it.
You're the one who kidnapped Ashley. You got John quick, as expected. After all, you and I both know where we come from. What do you want? The sample Sadler developed, that's all. Leave Ashley out of this. Oh, I needed her to buy Sadler's trust in me. Like you,
Here we go.
I'm American.
There it is, the line. The famous line.
You got her involved just for that?
But yeah, this is, as a runner, it's very boring watching this. But as like in a marathon, you can just meme it. It's quite fun. But when you're doing speed runs of this game, it's so boring watching this, like, constantly.
Yeah, you can't even skip the cutscene after all the QTE session is done. You have to watch the whole thing.
I think, is it if you die? No, I swear there was a version you could skip it.
Enough talk.
Because I remember, like, unless I'm just completely memorizing the game wrong when I was a child or a teenager. Like, I remember I could just like mash the button and then do it, but probably I'm talking rubbish.
Ada! Well, if it isn't the bitch in the red dress.
Looks like we
Oh, somebody
This
says,
has been one of the dream skip. Well, 2 actually. One being this and another one being Chimera Wall. Which
yeah.
is that giant wall back at the castle where Dean needs to collect the 3 key items and bring the wall down.
Yeah, those would be the dreams, because basically for Castle it would like skip so much of the game. But hopefully you guys still heard the line. Apparently this audio's not that loud, but the game audio. But again, you'll thank us later for the game audio not being loud for when we get to the end of the game with the crazy chain guns. So here, if any of you have seen that meme on Twitter, That was a meme basically of this guy like counting down all the lasers, going like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then he dies. Yeah, all you have to do is run in a straight line. Don't have to dip, man. Just run, and you'll dodge them. So it's not that hard.
I think the guy ran diagonally, like he ran into the laser instead of away from
Yeah.
them. That's what happened. He got the timing right, but
Just
he
mucked
ran
up.
diagonally instead.
So funny. But yeah, there all you have to do is run forward, and then there you mash the switch because it actually makes the lasers come quicker. So there's another little. That's another little thing for you. So yeah, we're coming up to U3. I don't even know if there's anything that like calls him that. We just know it's called that. Can't remember if there's like a text file because he's just like it. He gets called it by Sadler. So yeah, quickly equip the striker so we get the Dipman again. Oh, bad Dipman. I'm fine though. Just knife. He won't grab us because you're in Dipman. This is quite awkward. That's fine. So basically we have to go through these 3 separate parts. Oh, I die here and I'm fine.
Yeah, that can happen. Basically,
Yeah.
I'm not sure if it's a frame rate thing, but especially like before the switch, the QTE can pop up like just a fraction of a second, barely enough for you to react, and you'll most likely get grabbed unless you have like godlike reflexes, or maybe if you went lucky.
Right, the reason why we keep one hand grenade. I'm always scared of that part because if you mess the hand grenade up and you don't, you can basically use a hand grenade there and you can break the little green things we've been knifing quicker. And basically, if you, I mean, you do it to save time. I don't pick up the TMP ammo.
Yeah, because the switch is at the other side of that gate actually, but with the hand grenade you can actually blow right through that gate. Oh,
I ran forward now, and I was gonna restart, but I'm like, you know what? I've got like 20 heals. It's not that big a deal. That's my bad. Yeah, I've still got like another. I don't even need the money. But yeah, basically, if you mess up the grenade and you think to yourself, oh, you can just retry checkpoint, you start back at the start of you coming down from that elevator, or like one of the doors, sorry, and it's quite a long time loss. So instead of restarting from checkpoint, if you do muck up that part, you may as well just do it like the OG way, like the actual way it's intended to be done. Yeah, that's it. Making all these little mistakes because it's late at night. That's it. That's my excuse. I didn't even... Yes, I made a mistake here. I didn't actually combine the visuals. There we go. There we go. Right. So basically just sell everything now.
so this is the last merchant we are gonna visit in the run. After that is just a rush to the finish line.
Yeah, we get the Magnum. Again.
And of course our trusty rocket launcher.
Yeah, which we don't use for Krauser. Because if you don't know, Krauser is very weak to the knife. And again, I'm gonna disappoint some RE4 runners here. I'm gonna do the old strategy. I'm not gonna shoot Krauser in the head here. I'm just gonna knife him on the stairs. Just to be safe, because the shots are a bit iffy. Once you get it done perfect, it's fine. I'm gonna pick up another healing item. I'm gonna pick up the Magnum ammo, which you probably don't even need, but I'm just picking up to be safe. Here we go. Got the timing right, and then you slow click the door to dodge the flashbang. So yeah, basically Krauser for some reason is very weak to the knife. So you use a knife to fight him, which you'll see at the end of the boss fight. Nice, I got the dodge as well. Right, Dipman. So we run him with the Killer 7 out because we actually use it The only time we actually shoot Krauser. Nice. Oh, I missed a shot. Where is he? There we go. And then reload. And we get the reload cancel because of flashbang. And now we do another Deadman thing. So hopefully I can get this right. Might not. I never got it. So there's a way you can actually not have to get this. You can not get this stuck on that wall and you can just push it straight away, but I didn't get it. It's like 5 and a bit pushes, like a little bit off. And a little fun fact, if you're not actually quick here, Krauser comes up behind you. It starts like, you heard it there quickly, but when I was jumping down, if you did hear it, because I don't know how the audio's like, but it's a very quiet noise, you can actually hear him coming up behind you. So sad we don't respond here because of, you know, speedrun things. Right, one of the easy, it's kind of easy but hard boss as well. If you get the timing right and the manipulation, it kept trapping him in a corner can be very easy, but getting that part is a bit awkward. Nice.
Can be tough if you're just like starting out.
Yeah.
Like when you're just learning to run. I spent quite some time on this section when I was just starting out.
Yeah, it's you can. There's other strategies when you can like Deadman and do it, but I just did it the standard way. That went perfect. Couldn't ask that to go any other way, to be really honest. One of the
Now, after we get past this door, the entire game just turned from Resident Evil into a
COD game.
Warzone game.
Yeah.
Everything just wants you there. They're shooting miniguns at you. They're blasting rockets at you.
This is the part I said. This is why you're glad the game audio's quiet, because it's very loud. Don't shoot me! Don't shoot me! Don't shoot me! There we go. Oh no! It's fine. Heal. Quickly, Deadman. There you go. There's another healing item, but I don't need it. Because we're gonna get another fast coming up. Oh, I shouldn't get hit here, that's my bad. There's basically a kind of line you can take and you dodge those flail guys, but I did it wrong. And then boom, restart checkpoint and it despawns everybody. Who doesn't love that in speedrun games, where you just can despawn all the enemies by reloading the checkpoint? Another big thing in Resident Evil 4. So what you want to do is you want to wait till that's done, and then you run up here, bait him, and then you run past him. What I do is you just throw a flame grenade here, and it actually kills that guy. And you get your striker back out because it actually deactivates the Deadman. You quickly quick turn. Oh, and that's fine, he died. Usually that Magnum, not the Magnum, I've got the Magnum to shoot him. Usually the guy there is actually very awkward, the dynamite guy, and he can be in your way. Alright. So if people know this game and who run it, I actually not meant to kill him. I'm just meant to knife him. Oh, I'll kill him as well, why not? We're all praying. This game can crash at this door. Oh, I'm getting hit here. Yep, it's fine, I can just heal. Make sure I don't get hit by the arrow. And again now, you're wondering why that's why I've got a lot of heals. Right guys, pray. Don't crash, don't crash, don't crash, don't crash. Perfect, okay. We're safe now. Game can crash there.
Yeah, so that door is like one of the most infamous crashing spots. I know Yushi, one of the top Resident Evil 4 runners, he crashed like, I don't know, like a lot of times during a single week, and he was so fed up with it.
It's only happened to me a couple of times. I've not had it a lot, but I know it's one of those things. It just happens, and you can't do anything about it. Or like sometimes,
Yeah, not
I
sure why. I believe up to this day, still no one knows how to fix it like permanently.
yeah, I mean, I've even reloaded a save once to practice like a certain part of the game. They just crashed on me, so it's a very buggy port. Right, here we go. One of the last hard. That's basically the last hard bit of the game.
Pretty much after this room, the run is free.
Yeah, pretty
This is
much.
another one of the hardest rooms in the game if you're just starting out.
Right, how many guys are up here? Okay, that's fine. Full heal, get my striker out. If it's a flail guy, it'd be worse. But it's not, it's fine. I need to make sure I don't actually have used too much magnum ammo shooting these guys. Oh, he's gonna plaga as well. Oh my god. What is that RNG? Double plaga. He's gonna hit me. No, he's fine.
That's very, very unfortunate.
Yeah. Just gonna reload because I get free reload. I use the flashbang. So I just flashbang these guys here, picking up the flashbang. What you do is you then throw another flashbang down here. If that actually did go down. You dodge the archers. And then you just run in a straight line. And that's that done. So this part can be very memey as well.
So basically, plagas equals dangerous. Flares as well. They can kill you in one hit if you don't have full health. Well, that's kind of because like the game kind of expects you to have upgraded your health already, but ideally in a new game run you wouldn't have to do that. So with the default 5 blocks of health, they will pretty much just one-shot you if you're not full health.
Fair enough. Again, I don't know why I quit my striker.
Wait, follow me.
Usually that doesn't happen. Usually you just bait this guy and then you get to the door. Then you wait to skip the cutscene and then you wait for Ashley. Because if you don't wait for Ashley, I don't want to save. There you go. If you don't wait for Ashley, she's actually behind those doors. So it's a bit awkward. But her being on danger does not make a difference here. So it's fine.
Wait.
I did not hit that eye, but you know what? I'll take it.
Well, this is the final boss of the game, which he's just gonna shoot his leg and shoot his weak point and rocket him. That will trigger the cutscene where Ada throws you the special rocket launcher.
Yeah, so another RPG, but instant kill saddler. You can aim it basically anywhere on the screen, and it'll kill him if you're like aiming towards him.
Play as long as you are aiming in the general direction where saddle is. You don't actually have to hit him. Just in the general direction will do. And yeah, after this is pretty much just a running simulator.
Yeah. We'll do the glitch for the good old times.
Yeah, of course.
So again, you leave Ashley. What you do is, I just tap the jet ski just to be case.
You just reset a checkpoint, and Ashley will magically be with you.
Yeah, I mean I've had it once, but like I didn't go close enough to the jet ski. There's Leon flying away. I love that. I didn't go close enough to the jet ski to like restart it, and then like I restart checkpoint, and it took me all the way back to the start. And I was like, oh okay.
So this is the last part of the game. If you hit something, you die. You miss a ramp, you die.
Yeah. So just so tech knows time is coming up very shortly. I'll give you a countdown though, because I'll pretty much know when it's coming up. Right. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, time. There we go. That is time. Good old Resident Evil 4. I wonder what time I did get. Let's see.
Let me check. You got a 1 hour 42:52.
Pretty good. I'll take that, to be honest. I'll
That's
take that.
actually pretty good.
Yeah, considering my PB is only 136, so getting a real time being close to that, pretty good. And it was underestimate, so can't complain.
Yeah, it was a really good run. Really enjoyed it. So, if you have any last shoutouts before we go,
Yeah, of
now's your
course.
time.
Yeah, I'll keep it short because, of course, I know a lot of people are from the UK here, like me. It's 1:30 in the morning, so you want to go to bed unless you're watching the UFC. But yeah, I've been Deanoweb. I run Resident Evil games. I've been on. I hosted yesterday. But yeah, it's just that's my Twitch. Hope you enjoyed the run. I love Resident Evil 4. Been running it now for a couple months. Again, shout out to, of course, my host Joe as well. Yeah, you go follow us. Yeah, support us. People from Resident Evil, as you can tell. But yeah, if you have anything else to say, Joe, you can do. But I'm pretty much ready to go.
Wonderful. Then we'll drop over to the intermission screen for a short end of day announcement, and then we are good to go. So stay tuned.